Merhaba. Görünüşe göre herkes çok iyi vakit geçiriyor sanırım. Türkçe konuşuyorum ama prezentasyonum İngilizce olacak. Hopefully it's okay for everybody. First of all, thanks for the UX Alive giving me the opportunity to be here and share my journey with all of you today. Throughout the day, there were amazing speakers in the audience. And I am, as I've been introduced, I am the Vice President of Design at Oracle. I have a question. Do any of you know Oracle as a company? Yes. Okay, there are quite a lot of people. So when you hear the name of Oracle, what comes to your mind, the first thing? What do you think? What is it? Software? SAP competition, yes. What else? Challenge? What's that? Java, that's true, yeah. And did anybody say database security? Yeah, usually that's what I hear, database security. That's how Oracle started. It started as a database company, but we grow into, actually the screen here is not showing, right here. But anyway, so we grow into other businesses, right? We introduce ourselves as a cloud company. We do provide autonomous database. We do provide cloud infrastructure platform. We do provide cloud applications. But more importantly, we have 430,000 customers worldwide. If you look at it, it's like 175 countries. It's pretty amazing. And we do also have a very large partners network, 25,000 partners. And as a company ourselves, we are very global. We have 137,000 employees worldwide, speaking different languages. We have an office in Turkey as well, but it's very global company. And there are some fun facts about Oracle, right? Those are the statistics, the numbers, and our founder, Larry Ellison, who started the company, who's a technology enthusiast, but he's also very much into sailing. We did win the 2013 America's Cup in sailing, and this, I don't think this particular sailing boat, but another one sitting in our lagoon at the headquarters in Redwood Shores. We are also very much into community, giving back to the community, and we invest into education. And I believe we are the only enterprise company in the United States, I believe, has a high school in the campus. We built the facilities for the public high school in 2017. And as Oracle employees, we go and volunteer in design school. We teach them how to design, and we teach them how to build design thinking and thinking the users first, right? And also the engineers, the designers, we all volunteer in Design Tech High School. And this is the one that I am really excited about. We also give back to the environment. This is one of the organization, Diane Fossey's organization. They are researching on gorillas. They are researching in Congo and Rwanda, tracking the data and analyzing the data for their social behaviors. So as a company, we give back to the community, and not only the technology, but we wanted to help with the community with our technology. All right, so that's enough about Oracle. So hopefully you have a good understanding about Oracle. We are a technology company, but we do a lot more than that. So I wanted to do a quick exercise. This is going to be fun. I want you to interact with the people around you, and hopefully you met a lot of people today, right? It's one of the reasons we go to these type of conferences. We wanted to expand our business network. We wanted to learn people. So what I want you to do, for 15 seconds, I'm going to set the time here, think about a product. It was memorable for you. You think that it is great from the design perspective. You think that it has the best design. It has an impact on you. So 15 seconds, think about that, and then once you have that, I want you to share that with the person sitting next to you, and with your neighbor, but find somebody. If the person sitting on your left is the person you know, just do it with the person on the right. So 15 seconds, think about the product, and think about why you picked that product, and because you are going to explain it to the person. All right, starting. Okay, everybody has a product. They think it's great from the design perspective. Okay, so we are going to get into sharing. Just share with your neighbor. If nobody's sitting next to you, find the people behind you maybe. So tell them why this product is amazing, why it's so important for you, and then, yeah, why it has an impact. Okay, you should be switching to the next person now. Okay, I think it's about time. I think I might have misread some of the seconds, but so hopefully you met with a new person throughout this exercise. But I wanted to share with you, like, one of the products. It was very memorable for me, and it had it was, it's pretty important for me. It's from the not only as a product, but as a defining moment in my life. It is my Bisson Cinderella bicycle. Did anybody have a Bisson Cinderella while they were growing up? Okay, so some of you might not even know about the product because it seems like you are in the younger generation side. And this was around late 1970s, early 1980s. It was one of the most popular bicycles for the kids in Turkey. And I cried and whined like months to get a bicycle. And finally, my mom and dad gave in, and they said, okay, we are getting it. And they showed up with this beautiful red and sparkly red bicycle at the door. Of course, this product gained my heart in the first shot, right? It had these beautiful colors, shiny and all that. But more than that, actually, there were two other things in the product. It made a huge connection with me. First of all, it didn't have that bar the bicycles has a bar in between, and it's always a problem if you are wearing a skirt because it rolls up your skirt. So it didn't have that bar. So I was always so proud of that. In a way, I've always felt like I looked pretty awesome, good on that bike with my skirt, and which was designed by me and made by my mom. But it made me feel really good riding that bike, red bike, and with my skirt on. And the other thing in the product, it was pretty important. It folded in half. If you think about it, like, still in the big cities, people live in the apartments, and we were three sisters sharing the same room. Space has been always a problem in the house. And if this bike wouldn't be folded in a half, there is no way my mom was going to buy that bike for me, right? So, and also, I couldn't ride my bicycle in the city. We always had to drive outside to my grandparents' house or somewhere safer, and there's more space to ride. It nicely fit into our Anadolu, that was the car we owned at the time, and easily fit into the trunk. So it really made the whole experience so easy, engaging, and We made the full I've made the full engagement with product, but it's not only me, it fit into our family life. And also the people in this photo, like my sisters, we all grow up, although this photo is still, 10 years or 12 years, we look pretty young in here. And the little baby in the middle, Yaprak, she became a, amazing swimmer, great in the butterfly swimming. But sometimes the best product can be your child, right? You show so much empathy, you invest into it, and you raise them. It turns out to be a great product of yourself. All right, so I'm just curious, any of you picked a product, software product, when you pick your favorite? Okay. Yeah, not that many, right? Maybe you are not raising your hands. If you think about it, design value in the software industry, it's kind of new, right? When we think about if you are a designer, are there any designers in the audience? Yeah. So the software industry is realizing the value of design. It's changing, and it started with Steve Jobs, iPod, iPhone. Suddenly the companies and the industry realize, oh my God, design can make a huge change in business, how I sell my product, telling that story. And I think the previous speaker talked about that, right? He talked about it's not the product, it's the experience. It's the engagement with the user, showing that empathy. You are designing for the user. You are designing for them the situation that they are in. So design is in the rise. So if the designers in the audience, you are so lucky, we are so lucky. Every single company is realizing that. If they haven't realized yet, they are going to be realizing pretty soon. Design is crucial for their business. And in Oracle, we've been in the industry for a long time. We are one of those companies established around 1970s. We also realized that. Not recently, maybe a few years ago, but we are totally aware of that. Design is crucial for our business. And building products, building the user experience, but building the products user in mind. Again, if you think about the software, right, if you think about the consumer software, consumer applications, we don't have any patience dealing with any application which is not going to do the work for you. If it is not intuitive enough, it is not simple enough, and it's the first look, the first engagement, how attractive it is. It has to be incredibly polished, right? If it is not incredibly polished, guess what? Users are not going to use that. That first engagement is super important. Those are the expectations, and in today's business, it's all about the users. Either they are gonna uptake it, or they are gonna go to the next competition, like SAP, which they don't have a great user experience, by the way. So we are seeing that definitely in the enterprise space, in the work applications. So the business that we are in Oracle, we do build solutions, experiences for other customers, for other businesses to run their business the most efficient way. Enterprise software is just a software, right? Why not? It can be as simple as delightful as like the consumer applications. Enterprise users are human too. They are the same users probably using the consumer applications, right? So they are human beings. So our goal at Oracle, we want our users to fall in love with our solutions in one interaction at a time. That means that we are thinking about every single interaction, every single click that they are performing in our solutions. How we do that? First of all, you need to expand the team, right? We are definitely looking into bringing better talent, design talent to the team, bringing from the consultancy, the competition. You need to expand your design team. That designer versus product management and the engineering ratio needs to get better, right? But at the same time, like previous speaker also mentioned that, you need to expand the team. You need to reach out to the other team members, like the product managers, the engineers, every single person working on the experience are responsible of the quality. And personally, I believe that design is not only the designer's job anymore, right? So if you really want to increase the quality, you need to reach out, you need to expand the team with the best players. And this is the most important. I think this is the main topic. If you think about it, like today's topic that I'm covering, you need to put your customers and users first. In Oracle, we said we have 430,000 customers. They are in different industries. Some of them are in healthcare, some of them are in insurance, financials. We have customers, and of course, in the technology, the retail. Their mission is different, right? Every customer have their own mission, and their employees working towards that mission. So here are some examples from our customers. Can you recognize this logo? It's not hard. Turkcell, right? Turkcell is one of our customers, and this is Turkcell's mission. And we need to help Turkcell to achieve their mission as Oracle. We need to give the time back to their employees so they can spend their time to achieve their mission. And the other customer is Engie. They're in France, they're in the energy business. That's their mission. And guess what? As designers, product managers, engineers, what we do, we sit in front of our computers all day long when we are building these experiences and products. And naturally, we all think about knowledge workers, and we forget about these other users. They're on the field, they are not sitting in front of their computer, but they still need to do the work. So my team, the designers in my team, they work on human capital management applications. They are HR applications, so any employee in the company will use that. They will use that to enter their time, they will use that to check their schedule, they will use that, enter their benefits, so anything and everything dealing with the person data. It's not their job, but they need to do that. Anytime I'm stealing from that person's time, if they struggle with that application, it means that I'm stealing from their mission. And this is AXA. AXA is in the insurance business. That's what they wanted to do. This is Tesco. They are in the supermarket retail business. This person is packing the groceries for the customer. She also has a mission. She really wants Tesco to be successful. And she's not sitting in front of a computer, right? But she still needs to probably check her schedule, enter her time, and all that. And BT, another one, like Turkcell, right? It's in the communication business. And this is the most important one. This is like, I keep reminding the designers in my team, the Kaiser Permanente is one of our customers, and they use our HR solutions. Their nurses use that. Their surgeons are using our solutions. That means if they're spending more time in my product, they are not spending that time with their patients. It might be my son being, lying on that bed one day, right? So I really want them not to do anything spend any time with my product. I want them to spend their time in their main mission. So that was kind of the goal when we started the whole redesign process. And of course, what's the empathy? We are showing the empathy to their mission, what's the most important thing for them, doing a lot of customer research, the customer site visits, understanding the users in their own environment. But we are a cloud company, right? We can learn a lot about our users from our data. We did a lot of scanning in our pods, in our fleet, to see what is the journey of the user in our application. So we can learn from data, we can empathize. We are like, oh my God, he's going there, here, here, here, everybody's doing that, which there's a straight path, why we created this way. How we can make that connection with the user and make it much simpler and easier so they are not gonna spend time to, let's say, promote an employee. If they can do it very quickly, they can get back to their main work and do a great job for their own mission. So you can learn a lot from the usage metrics. Not only the journey, but you can focus on, even on the field level, right? We did look at every single field and how much time was spent, whether it's used or not, and whether it's needed or not. Why do we need that in this page? So it helped us, the data helped us tremendously to simplify things and create a better experience for our users. So I highly recommend looking at the data. It's already there if you are in the cloud business, if you can access to the user data, that's super crucial. And with all that information, of course, we looked at the interaction, right? We already have an existing product. We basically tear down the product. And enterprise application design, the systems are super important. You need to create a consistent, coherent system. When users move from one flow to another one, they don't need to keep remembering things. You don't need to create 5 different types of searching, or creating an object, or entering a data into the system. At the end, it is pretty much the same with some subtleties, right? So we did relook at the whole system, and we said how we can improve that, how we can create these patterns, and we can make it more consistent, coherent for the user, so they will spend less time. They don't need to re-educate themselves. So these are some of the outcomes on the HR space. Like, it's definitely all the simplicity, looking at the data and looking at our users. Our customers have many, many users on the field. Mobile is super critical. And you are going to tell me, duh, you just figured it out. It's just the old days business. We were really focusing on the fundamentals and simplifying, mobile first, responsive, they can access from anywhere, super fast, it needs to be fast because the time is important, right? So those are all get into the design. So these are some examples from the patterns. So that's what we have done. Like, we are continuously doing more and more research with our customers and our end users and understanding their needs. What is their job to be done so we can help them that job to be completed. And then, of course, as a design team, we are looking ahead as well, right? We need to, while we are working on the current product, we need to plan ahead. Just lately, what are you hearing the most when you think about user experience? AI, machine learning, automation. If you go to oracle.com, it's all about automation, autonomous database. We talk a lot about artificial intelligence and all that. And from the experience perspective, we are definitely looking into that. And because it's the whole experience. Experience is not the UI, right? Experience, you need to think about the whole ecosystem. How this whole experience for the user, for that job to be done. In nurse's case, maybe taking care of the patient, but at the same time, she needs to check her scheduling, she needs to go to the correct room, and all that, right? And we hear this a lot, the best UI is no UI. It's kind of where we are moving forward. Machines can do a lot for us. We are also looking into that in Oracle, how we can really help user to get rid of those mundane, everyday tasks, the manual tasks. Do they really need to do that? Do they really need to enter all that data into the system while machine can easily do that? And we talk a lot about automation first. As I said, we wanted to eliminate those 95% of the tasks that they are manual. We can't do that for them. The system can't do that for them. And let's imagine this is a factory and you have a digital assistant. This digital assistant can run the factory for you and, it's just cutting off, but can give you an overview, a summary, what's happening, can inform you in a timely fashion. You are totally up to date. And of course, the assistant needs to build the trust with you if you are sending you notification on a timely fashion, if there are no errors, if the assistant is asking you the questions, if the assistant is not making a decision on the right time. So those are all the things that you are going to build the trust, and the assistant will build the trust with you. So you can let go on certain things. And of course, if he cannot figure it out, he's going to ask you. But throughout this process, continuously learning from you and trying to make decisions and trying to take those regular things away from you so you can spend that time into more strategic things and with your customers and so. So it's kind of the direction what we wanted to move forward, especially again on the HR products, because every single employee in a company, if you are in Turkcell, let's say if Turkcell is using HR, I'm not sure Turkcell is actually using Oracle HR solution, but they are in the database, I think they are one of our customers. Every single employee in Turkcell will be using some of those flows, right? And I can make their life much easier doing certain things in a much better way. The search could be more predictive and intelligent. And we can build all the experience around their tasks. Again, job needs to be done, so how we can help them to speed up things, and how we can create that better experience with the empathy around. And the conversational is the biggest piece, I think, when it comes down to employee experience. I have I need to enter my benefits, or I need to enter my vacation. Why not? I can just tell to the system, have that conversation and say, hey, I am out next week. The system knows I am an hourly worker, and what is the next week? System knows all that and can easily put that data into the system. Because conversational is the most natural and easier thing to do when you interact with things. That's how we do it every day. That's the most natural thing for us. Again, so for the integration, right? It's all about the ecosystem. We cannot think about just the Oracle itself anymore. Yeah, we do a great job integrating with Oracle applications. We have supply chain management, we have HR, we have customer relationship management, we have financials applications. They already all integrated with each other. We do a great job on that. But the ecosystem is bigger than that. How about integrating with my autonomous car? Are you going to be able to integrate with my calendar? Because when I do my day-to-day work, it's so blended. At least in North America, it's very blended, right? I cannot separate my work and the family life anymore. It just happens like jumbled together. Is it like that in here? I'm guessing the business that you're in is probably very much integrated. So it's super important to have that understanding of the whole ecosystem and integrate not Oracle itself, but across different solutions. We talked about the aesthetics. I said my red bike, yeah, it had to be red. A 9-year-old girl, nobody's gonna pick the blue. It was red. The colors and how polished it looks, right? Colors is one thing, wins your heart. Everybody kind of makes the connection a certain way, but also how it looks, that the first impression, it's super important for you to make the decision, yeah, this is gonna be an amazing experience when I sit in that car because it looks awesome, and look at that, it's gonna go so fast. But if it doesn't have the look, even though you might have the best engine in it, the users won't get it, right? So it's like, oh, I don't know. That's what the electric cars, if you think about it, what happened, they failed because they didn't look good. And because, most of the car guys, I would say, I don't want to generalize, but in general, even me, I wanted to look pretty good in that car. And the first electric cars were lame. They didn't look that great. I'm like, yeah, I'm saving the earth, but I wanted to look good in that car. Tesla did an amazing job, right? So they are so successful. They are growing. And in addition to, the technology and all that, but they had an amazing understanding of that experience and the aesthetic and the quality. When you sit in that car, everything is so perfectly designed, and every detail has been thought through. And you wanted to own that car when I sit in that car. So aesthetics and that engagement is super important. Of course, it drives amazingly too, but you don't think about that first when you get into it. You just, oh my God, feels so great. And all these pieces we talked about, right? It's kind of the cooking a special dish. All the ingredients needs to be there, creating that engagement with the user. And especially when we are moving towards to the future, when we are thinking about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, the autonomous and all that. These are all the pieces we need to keep it in mind to cook that perfect meal, the dish. You really need to have the ingredients in place. Like if one is missing, then it's not going to be the perfect dish. Right. With that, what I wanted to do, I wanted to play a video. These are some small examples from some of the things we talked through. It's a story of an employee in North America. Just think about it. Let's discuss later after we watch the video, but let's play it. the sound is not there, but. Is that the computer? Sound is not on, maybe? Sorry about that. In this case, sound is important because it's conversational, the experience. Otherwise, I would say, okay, let's forget the sound, but the sound is important. Now let me look into my computer. Maybe it's something with my... Is this sound is on in here? Oh, okay, now it's not showing here. So this is the point, the video is all about the point that I was trying to make, like the life, the integration, all the ecosystem. It's the...
Speaking as a regional sales manager, my mornings are off to a running start. Oracle, tell me what's happening today.
You have 4 events today.
Who am I interviewing?
You are interviewing Steve Tomlinson at 4 p.m. today.
Oracle, tell me which color.
My favorite color is red.
I'll stick with white.
Are you gonna be
It's
at the game tonight?
You bet, kiddo. Time to go. Oracle, tell me what's next.
Would you like to continue reviewing Steve's resume?
Yes, where has he worked?
Steve has worked at Votive Computing and Hub Networks. You are about to reach your destination. Do you want to reserve an office?
Yes.
Office 320 has been reserved for you.
Do I have time to stop for a kombucha?
That will add 20 minutes to your arrival time.
All right. Oracle, start my day.
Welcome, Lisa Jones. The office is set to your preferences.
Oracle, open quarterly forecast. Oracle, open quarterly forecast.
Okay, here is the quarter's forecast.
Thanks, Rob. That's really great news. Nope, we'll send the documents over right away. No need to stay late. All right, take care. Oracle, start opportunity for Rob Barker.
Done. Would you like to review your meeting details?
Yes,
Here are the agenda items for the meeting. Quarterly forecast snapshot. Sales talking points. And by the way, it is Sally's birthday. Anything else?
are all required attendees present?
All required attendees accepted.
Happy birthday, Sally.
Okay, let's pause it since I am over time, but let's pause it. It's a long video, but you kind of got the idea, right? So what she did, all right, what she went through her day from the point that she woke up, understanding her schedule, there's an integration with the calendar, she was in her car, the recruitment system, Oracle recruitment solution in HR, letting her know, hey, you are interviewing somebody today, here is the summary info about that person. Later in the story, she's meeting with the person and she's extending an offer. It's all done her without even using the keyboard, entering the data into the system. Of course, the data is being entered through the conversational, through the different interactions she has done. And by the way, I do not own a Tesla. It's not my car. And also my life is not as smooth as like hers. It seems like she has the perfect life. Everything goes so smoothly throughout the day. But these are some of the ecosystems I'm talking about, like the life and the experience, the business experience is so much blended. We need to think about the whole ecosystem to make the user engage and to make the user happy and to help them on their jobs. So With that, I think I'm over time, but if there are any critical questions, I'm happy to take them. I believe there's going to be a reception later. I'm also happy to talk each one of you. Yeah. Right.